Right now at 5, our first look at Yanni Barrios, the suspect in custody accused of the stabbing spree that left 2 dead and 6 injured on the Las Vegas Strip.
But I'm in fight or flight mode because he was just stabbing anything he could get, and I just saw the arm going up and him just stabbing.
In the wake of the violence, an exclusive interview with an eyewitness who walks us through how it all unfolded. Thank you so much for joining us live at 5 tonight. I'm Trisha Keene. And tonight, the coroner has confirmed the official cause of death for both victims. 30-year-old Maris DiGiovanni died from a stab wound to the chest. A picture for the second victim has not yet been released. 47-year-old Brent Hallett died from a stab wound to the back. And our team of reporters continues to bring you up-to-the-minute coverage following the stabbing. Tonight, exclusive interviews and new details about what led up to the crime. But first, let's send it out to Joe Mueller live on the Strip. And Joe, it is a Friday night. I know you spoke with visitors and police. What are they saying right now?
Well, Tricia, just 24 hours ago, the corner here, the sidewalk was closed at Las Vegas Boulevard and Sands because of the investigation. Now, we are just yards away from where these murders happened here on the sidewalk outside of Wynn. You can see the sidewalk now back open, and Las Vegas Boulevard is back open for traffic. But these murders are on the minds of people visiting town. We'll hear from them here shortly, along with police, about their response to this. But as you can imagine, it was pretty traumatizing for people out here. Abel Garcia spoke to a woman who works at a shop inside the Wynn. She explains what she saw.
Jennifer Martin was on her way to work Thursday morning, coming down these escalators in front of the Wynn when she says she witnessed one of the most terrifying scenes of her life.
I saw him take the knife out of his backpack and just raise his hand up and start stabbing.
A scene Jennifer Martin wishes no one ever has to witness.
It's scary to see a knife actually go into a human body. You only see these kind of things on movies.
Martin was coming down the escalator after parking at Fashion Show Mall. She was on her way to work at the Wynn when suddenly a scene of deadly chaos plays out before her eyes.
I looked down, that's where I saw the showgirl on the floor, completely in a pool of blood. Somebody yelled, "There's more." He was running down the strip, and I saw more bodies on the strip.
Martin became a key witness to a mass stabbing that left 2 dead and 6 taken to the hospital. The knife attack happening in just a matter of minutes Thursday morning near Las Vegas Boulevard and Sands Avenue. Martin says she was left at a loss for words and felt trapped.
He was 10 feet away from me. So I was the next victim. If I had come down that escalator, I was the next one closest to him.
Martin says her life flashed before her eyes, and when she got to the bottom, she turned around and ran back up. She says she screamed at others to run for their lives. Now, 1 day later, the image of the stabbed showgirl is one she says will always haunt her.
I can't imagine the pain that she was in laying on Las Vegas Boulevard bleeding to death.
Seeing several stabbed has scarred Martin for life.
It just keeps flashing in front of my eyes. The knife, the coming out, the stabbing, the blood, the people on the strip. It's something you never think you're going to see, especially at 11:40 on a Thursday morning.
October 6th, a day that Martin says changed her life forever.
There's 2 people dead. He went for the kill.
I'm Abel Garcia reporting from the Strip.
And this evening, we're learning more about what happened after those stabbings. Again, happened just here on the sidewalk outside of the Wynn. And we spoke with Metro today about the suspect fleeing here on this sidewalk, going down Sands, down the sidewalk here towards the convention center over there. I spoke to a deputy chief today who talked about their response. Moments after the stabbings happened, the suspect took off. Metro released this video of the alleged suspect fleeing the area.
It was all hands on deck.
As the suspect was running, Las Vegas Metro Police Department Deputy Chief Yesenia Yatomi says the calls started coming in.
That 911 phone call is picked up, and we start to consume the information. And then when we start to consume the information, we start to match areas of responsibility, and we'll try to pull cameras around.
Yatomi, who oversees Metro's tourist safety division on the Strip, says they alerted officers and took action. A bicycle officer was the first to respond. Channel 13 News obtained this photo of the arrest of Yanni Barrios inside the Sands Convention Center.
You said he was taken down in minutes. How so fast?
It's our response. As I said before, we always have a robust and proactive presence on the Strip. That never changes.
She says the key is having hundreds of cameras placed all along the strip, keeping watch at all times, and making sure officers are ready to respond the instant a call comes in.
It's my first time here.
We talked to visitors about being on the strip after the deadly stabbing.
I feel a little nervous. My sisters have my 2 nephews here, and it's a little nerve-wracking.
Is it crossing your mind now that you're on the strip?
At first we were a little bit nervous, but then once we started to walk, I think that they have more police officers out.
Itomi says visitors will see more officers.
You will see increased officer presence on the strip. That will continue for as long as needed.
Now back out here live on Las Vegas Boulevard this evening, you're taking a look at just one of those cameras here on this strip. They tell me there's hundreds lining Las Vegas Boulevard, so there's always eyes out here. And also this evening, everything is back open. And the deputy chief there also wanted to tell me, despite this deadly stabbing, violent crime here on the strip is actually down 9%. But this is definitely on the mind of visitors. We just had someone walk by and ask us about what happened here yesterday and said they saw it before they left Seattle. Reporting live on the strip this evening, I'm Joe Muller.
Joe, thank you. And our coverage continues with 13 Chief Investigator Darcy Spears. And Darcy, I know you have a copy of the police report and what the suspect told detectives after he was arrested.
Yes, Tricia, Barrios, whose right hand was bruised and cut by his own foot-long chef's knife, was first taken to Sunrise Hospital before being released into police custody. He told detectives about his anger, about feeling slighted by others, and of his desire for suicide by cop. He describes the mass shooting in chilling detail in the pages of this arrest report. After his arrest Thursday, Barrios told police he'd arrived in Las Vegas about 2 days prior from California. He said he was supposed to move in with a friend, but when he arrived in Las Vegas, the friend told him he could not stay at the house. So Barrios took his belongings on a bus to the strip, where he arrived at around 8 a.m. He told police people on the bus were making fun of him and he wasn't being treated like a human being. He said after getting off the bus, he went to a mall and asked what he described as chauffeurs for a ride to California before he walked to the Wynn Hotel and spoke with a janitor about job opportunities. He said he asked that janitor to contact immigration for him so he could return back home to Guatemala. Barrios then contacted a security guard on the property and told him he was trying to sell his knives so he could get money to go back home. He says the security guard told him to, quote, jump in front of a train, end quote. He recalled encountering the group of showgirls standing near the escalator, asking to take a picture with them and taking his black carbon kitchen knife from his suitcase, telling them he was a chef. He thought the women were laughing at him and making fun of his clothing. He told police he got angry, stabbed one of the women in the chest, and began stabbing the others in the group as they ran away. Barrios says he then started running and looking for other groups of people so he could let the anger out. He claims he said nothing to any of the victims because he did not know them. After running and throwing the knife in some bushes, he said he was hoping officers would shoot him. The police report also contains first-hand accounts from the surviving victims who describe what they saw and what they felt, including one man who says Barrios apologized before stabbing him in the back. And Tricia, we're going to have that coming up on 13 Action News at 6.
And I know, Darcy, you have some more details on what else police are looking for as they investigate this crime.
Yeah, according to new information from a law enforcement official that was given to an ABC chief investigative reporter, detectives are looking at data on multiple phones Barrios had in his possession. They're also tracking how he got to Las Vegas. ABC has learned he apparently traveled from Guatemala through Mexico into California before getting to Las Vegas. There is no record of a border crossing, suggesting he is not legally in the United States. Barrios is believed to have a wife and children in California, as well as a criminal history there, but not one that would have flagged him as a risk to the community. His record includes a DUI, a domestic violence episode, and police are running down details on all of that as they continue this investigation.
Such a disturbing story, Darcy. Thank you for the latest on that. Well, Barrios made his first court appearance one day after police arrested him, and Kelsey McFarland was inside the courtroom. She's outside the Regional Justice Center with the very latest.
No bail. That's the call from Judge Daniel Westmeyer inside the courtroom this afternoon. 32-year-old Yoni Barrios arriving to the courtroom with a law enforcement escort. Barrios was in cuffs with restraint mitts on his hands. After declaring no bail for Barrios, the judge set his next court date for Tuesday, October 11th. That's where he'll be formally informed of his charges.
There will be 2 counts of murder with use of a deadly weapon and 6 counts of attempted murder with use of a deadly weapon.
District Attorney Steve Wolfson says he believes Barrios was in town from California for a short time, but investigators are working to learn more about the suspect and a possible motive. Wolfson says if Barrios is convicted, the death penalty will be considered.
We are going to give this serious consideration, but it's so new, it's so early on that whether or not we file the notice of intent to seek the death penalty will be a decision made in the next 30 to 60 days.
Wolfson also sent his condolences to the victims.
My condolences and prayers go out to the families and the loved ones of those 2 people that lost their lives and the other people that were injured.
Clark County's district attorney then offered a message for tourists, calling the Las Vegas Strip one of the safest tourist destinations in America.
With the thousands and thousands of visitors that we have each and every day, these are isolated incidents. These are random, very unusual incidents.
Again, the official arraignment for Barrios will happen on Tuesday. We'll be there to bring you the latest. Reporting in downtown Las Vegas, I'm Kelsey McFarland.
And tonight, an update on the patients that were rushed to UMC following the stabbing. At this hour, 1 remains in critical condition. Another patient is listed in fair condition, while 2 others have been discharged from the hospital. And our coverage of the stabbing continues, both on air and online. Just head on over to our website at ktnv.com/stripstabbing.